the sky that rained manna. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Well, I have a story for you. Many years ago, there was a group of people who were traveling through the desert. They were led by a man called Moses. These people were God's chosen people, Israel. And God had promised to take them to a land flowing with milk and honey. But on the way, they ran out of food and they started crying out to God. "Oh God, we are hungry and thirsty. Please help us." And God heard their cry. He looked down at them and said, "I have a surprise for you. I am going to rain bread down from the sky for you. This bread will be the finest bread that you have ever tasted. It will be a bread from heaven." And the next morning when they woke up, they looked up to the sky and they saw that it was filled with little white flakes. And as these flakes fell down, they realized that it was bread from heaven. This bread was called manna. It tasted like honey and smelled like cinnamon. Each morning they would gather the manna that had fallen from the sky, and each family only gathered enough for that day. If they saved some for the next day, it would rot and smell bad. You see, God was teaching them to trust Him one day at a time. One day, while they were gathering the manna, a man decided to be disobedient, gathered more than he needed, thinking he was being smart. But by the next day, his extra portion was full of worms. Disobedient. God wasn't pleased. After a while, they reached a place called Sinai. Here, God gave them laws and rules for them to follow. He also gave them two very important commands. The first was to remember what He had done for them in the desert, to always remember how He had fed them with bread from heaven. The second in command was to keep the Sabbath holy. You know, the Sabbath is a special day that God has set aside for rest. It's a day to remember that God created the world and everything in it. It's a day to worship Him and give Him thanks. But after Moses went up to get the 10 Commandments, the people became impatient. They didn't want to wait for God to give them His laws. They wanted to make their own rules, so they made an idol and started worshiping it. When Moses came down and saw what they had done, he was very angry. He broke the tablets of stone that had the 10 Commandments on them. He was so sad that they had disobeyed Him and forgotten all that God had done for them. Now, do you know what happened next? The people continued to be disobedient, and God became very angry. He sent poisonous snakes among them, and many people died. Friends, may we learn from this. Let us always remember God's goodness in our lives and obey His voice. Let us keep the Sabbath day holy and never forget that God is the Creator and we are His creation. Let us always put our trust in God, one day at a time. Do you want to hear another miracle? Then click on this video. Till next time, goodbye.